Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Shaniva Early, um, and this is the first video for the Hats Not Hate campaign that I'm going to do. I'm going to do the very basic stitch just to teach you how, if you don't know how to do this, and it's just the E-wrap stitch and to make the hat. Um, it's super simple. When you see it, you'll be like, that's all? Yes. The one thing that I don't like about the E-wrap stitch is it don't have a brim, but it serves the correct purpose. All you do is roll up the little edge and then you put the tag on that, and it helps not having a brim, and it has like a rollover. Um, more than likely, the rest of the ones that I'll do will have a brim attached because I just like the way brims look and it makes it finished better, in my opinion. Or I'll do a closure that the hat will be a long tube and then you put it inside out and it doesn't need a brim, or it has a fake brim like the ones I showed you before. Like this hat here has a brim, a regular brim on it, but this hat here has a fake brim because I knitted it in two long rows. A long tube, excuse me, fed it inside and then folded it. And so this is one of my tester hats, the one that I showed you that I messed up. But that's like a fake brim type. But this is an actual brim type. And so that's what I'll be doing. But for this one, we're gonna do just like this instructions tell us. So let's get started right away. And I will do a couple of rows, and then I will come back when I have the full length of the hat complete. And this is what came in the box. I'm only using what came in the Quick Knit Loom box because I do have other yarns that I could use other stuff, but I don't want to this first time. So pull from the center and get that center out because you're going to be pulling your yarn from the center. I would make a cake out of this to make it easier, which I think I will. Let me pause you right quick. Okay, I just want to get my electric ball winder. This is a boy electric ball winder. This one is pretty old. I think they still sell these electric ones, but a lot of them have the ones that do that crank that makes the cakes now, as opposed to just winding them. And so to use this, all you do is you put it in that notch there behind the first one, wrap the second one behind the last one, and notch it into that notch right there and put it in the notches. There's two notches right here. You get two schools of thought. Don't notch both sides, put it in there. It doesn't matter. It still winds on there. Okay, and then you just turn it on. And that is the thing. You have to make sure that your yarn is coming out, that it's not, that it has slack enough. And so I'm just pulling it from this ball. And then you turn it on by just rolling the wheel. The faster you pull it, turn it on, the quicker it goes. The ball is going quicker than me. All I'm doing is pulling this out of the ball itself. That's all I'm doing. I'm just pulling it out of its ball. And when I'm done with this one, I will open up another one, attach them together because I don't want to run out in the middle. And I will have one big yarn ball. I might do it because the one thing about this is it's limited on the size of the ball you can make based on this stopper. Okay, so okay. And then once you're done, you just slide it off, and it made a cake. Okay, this piece here, which is the end, just wrap it in there, just so it's not flopping around. Okay, and so now I can work from the middle. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so first thing you have to do is create a, ooh, I'm sorry with that camera, I pulled it instead of unscrewing or bringing it closer. You have to put something on the anchor peg. So all you do is take your yarn, give it a little room, and wrap twice, pull under. See, I'm pushing it under there, right there, and I just made a slip knot. That's it. I'll do it again. Take your 2 fingers, wrap, and pull underneath the 2 that you wrapped, and you made a slip knot. Simple as that. You could just tie it on if you want. However you want to do it is fine. Then you're going to put your knot on there and tighten it up and put your string down there. Okay. Then this is your first peg. You're going to take your yarn and you're just going to wrap it twice. Yeah. You know what? I'll wrap it once. Do the E-wrap. You're just wrapping the whole thing. Try not to wrap it too tightly, because if you wrap it too tight, you won't be able to pull that yarn up. But just wrap it. Wrap it, wrap it, wrap it. Okay. And you wrap the whole loom. Some people work left, some people work right. It depends on if you're right or left-handed. It doesn't matter. When you're wrapping it, it should come out the same. Okay. You're just wrapping. You're just wrapping it. You're just wrapping it. Okay. That's it. You're just wrapping it like an E, because they call this the E-wrap stitch, because if you look in there, those look like E's. See, if you look in there, see, it looks like an E. That's why it's called E-wrap stitch. Simple, simple, simple. Okay, so now you see my ring. It's totally, my ring, my loom is totally wrapped. I'm not going to use the one that it came with. I'm going to use my knitting board brand that I showed you the other day, because it's more ergonomic, and I am a tough knitter, so I need something stronger, because I've bent these before. Okay, so then all you do is E-wrap again. You E-wrap that one. All I did was E-wrap it. You see that? This is the string. Ah, don't unravel. Okay, so I'm back. This is not blurry. So this is the beginning. So I'm going to E-wrap this, just like I just did. And I'm going to take this one, the bottom one, and I'm going to bring it over. And there you go. In my opinion, this is very blurry. Let's do it again. All we're doing is wrapping it like we did the first time and bring it over. This is some very thick yarn. So for yarn that's thick like this, you don't really need a, like, you don't need to double it, because this is very thick yarn. Like working with the machine that I showed you the video of, it's too much. Like I do more than one, and once you get the hang of it, you could do more than one, and you could wrap the whole thing. So see, you're just wrapping it, wrapping it, wrapping it. I'm just doing 3, and I'm pulling. But with this number 6, I want to say this must be number 6 yarn because it's super thick. I tend to use more like a 3 or 4 because it's thinner and I can combine 2 colors to make my own variated. Is that the right word? Variegated? I don't know. But you see what I'm doing. Okay. And you're going to do this until you run out of yarn. Until you get to the desired length. I'm not sure what the desired length is yet because I just started it. I want to say that the desired length is somewhere around 8 centimeters or something long, but I don't know because I just started it. Okay, wrap, 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 and you can wrap and hold, so then you don't have to stop once you get the hang of it. You see that? That's all I'm doing is pulling up, bringing across, and then also, some people wrap or pull their loom different. For me, I go upward. It just makes more sense to me. But some people grab it and pull. So if you grab it and pull, you can, but it seems to make it a little looser to me. So I go upward. Get out the way. I go upward and take mine over. So it's whatever you prefer. Okay, so you can do like I do and take it and go over, or you can hook it and take it over. It's up to you. This just is more comfortable to me, but it's up to you how you would like to do it. Okay, I'm back to the beginning. So I'm just holding it, and you see I'm holding it with my left hand to keep that string from unraveling. And so you just wrap, or it's called knit. This is a knit stitch. I'll do a purl stitch on my next, when I do my next one, because my next pattern has a purl stitch. You remember back in the day when Nana used to crochet, and she said, you're gonna knit 1, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. That's what you're doing. You're gonna purl, and purl is really easy, but I'm not gonna do it now because I'll confuse people who don't know what they're doing, and myself. Okay, so now we're back at the beginning. I'm just going to go and E-wrap all of mine because it's easier and quicker. Quicker. It's quicker to E-wrap your whole thing and flip these stitches, and instead of doing one at a time. But when you're learning, do one at a time. Do one at a time. See how simple? All I'm doing is wrapping it around. When you get to other patterns, you'll be doing U-wrap stitches and purl stitches and flip stitches, but right now we're not. Okay, so you see I'm at the end. I'm at my last one, right? What you do to keep this string from unraveling is you can wrap it around your peg here. But what I do is I knit off my last peg. So now my thread and yarn is not going to go anywhere. And if you chose to, you could go this way. You could go this way because you already have all your wraps on. So if you're a left knitter, that goes left, that last peg I wrapped becomes your first peg, and you see how I'm going. And I always pull mine down because it helps the next E-wrap. So I'm just taking it and pulling. Taking it and pulling. That's it. This is all you are doing until you finish your hat. And this is the basic beanie, the basic beanie hat. In Canada, they call them a toque. I don't understand why they call them a toque, but we all have our own language, and I think that's just super cute. It's a toque, but it's a hat for us, but it's a toque for them. I wonder what it means. I wonder why they call it a toque, is what I'm saying. Is it relative to the fact that it's covering your head or something? I don't know. Okay, so now I'm back to where I started from, right? Because here's my one beginning, and that was my last peg. I don't know how I ended up getting off somewhere. But so once you do a couple, take off this working yarn peg and put it on the inside, just to get it out your way. Okay, so now this is our thread. We're gonna wrap. We're gonna wrap again. Our whole loom. And it's funny, you get the wrapping and you find you missed one or it slipped or something. Don't get frustrated, or you put two on one. Just keep going. Just keep going. Don't get frustrated. It's funny because I was using my machine last night, and of course I shouldn't be making stuff at 2 o'clock in the morning, but I was, and for the life of me I couldn't get that machine to working, and I done made 3-4 hats on that thing, and I couldn't get it to work. I couldn't get it to look right, and it got on my nerve. So I stopped. I went to bed. Okay, so I'm going this way this time, which doesn't matter which way you go, as long as you keep on going. And if you buy this kit, which I bought mine from Amazon, it'll give you everything you need to make 2 hats. So 2 balls of yarn will make 2 hats. I only added this because you don't have to add that. You can use that. I won't use it because it's too small, and I bend them things. Which I've used them. I'm not sure if this is, yeah, I should be able to take this on a plane. I'm gonna make sure that I carry one in my suitcase, my checked luggage, just in case of TSA tell me I can't have it, but I'm almost positive I can because it's part of our craft and it's less than 4 inches. I'm also taking some plastic crochet needles, so if they do stop me, I'll have crochet needles or the needle, you know, this, I'll have this, and then I can just, I'll have the one, you see, I'll have the one that has the bent needle, so then it won't stop me from not being able to do my craft. Because you see that? I was able to do that with this. but I'll get the one that's bent. Because as my mama used to say, one monkey don't stop, don't show. I would hate for them to confiscate my nice little thing though, because it's ergonomic and it cost me $3 because I bought 2 of them for $6.99, I think, but that's because I had a coupon. Okay, so you see, I wish I had a curved one. I'm gonna have to go buy a curved one. And make sure that you don't skip on these tools. Okay, so you see this needle? All you do is do the same thing. You're grabbing it and you're pulling it across. You're grabbing it underneath. And get used to this because you're going to do this later on. Because when you take this hat off this loop, you have to use this. So, if I had no choice, I could do that. But, thank you, Lord, I have a choice. And so, I'm going to do this until I use up all of my yarn itch, and then I can tell you how many inches this hat is going to be. Okay, so I will come back when I have some actual growth of this. Okay, so I've used 1 whole skein of this yarn. I think this is like 80 yards. I don't know. But I've used 1 whole skein. It says in the instructions to measure from here to the bottom, and it should be about 8 inches. This is my practice one. I think I'm at like 7.5, so I'm stopping. Then it tells you to take your working yarn, which is the yarn you're using, and measure to 45. So that's 20, 45. It would be the rest, but since this is so long, I couldn't do another row because this was just too long. So I'm cutting it off at the 45 mark. Okay. Then what you do, you have to get it off in order for this to be a hat, right? So, let's see, is it in here? You take this needle, which I have one. I don't even need to open that. You take your needle, and this is that needle threader that I showed you before. All you do is take your needle threader, slide it through there. See that? All I did was slide it through there. Then you take your thread and put it on, and then pull it through the needle. And your needle is threaded. Okay? It's really, really easy, y'all. Okay, so now my needle is threaded. I'm going to bring you down a little bit closer. Hopefully without jiggling the camera in the wrong way. Okay, so now I'm at the end. If you see that, I'm at the end. What you're going to do is you're going to start with this first peg right here, and you're going to take this needle and you're going to run this up in there. And you're going to pull it. Okay? So it's like you're really just going into the peg and coming out, and you're finishing off the rows of stitches. Can you see that? You're just going in, catching it, coming out. And you're going to do that all the way around your loom, because you're finishing off your bottom row. You can come in from the top or the bottom. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. You just have to go catch every one. Don't forget a loop, because if you forget a loop, you're going to drop a stitch. And if you drop a stitch, your hat is going to come loose in that row. So technically, your hat will be well ruined. I keep ruining them because that's how that other hat that you seen, I dropped a stitch and didn't know it until it was too late. And then when I noticed it, I pulled it and it came loose. But the good thing about yarn is it's not perishable, and I can take it loose and start all over again. So this is the hat loom that I got. You can get a set of looms from Michael's or Joann's or Amazon or whatever. I prefer the one that has a curve, because it has a curve at the top, and I'm not trying to fight with it so much. You can also do this with a crochet hook and take it off, but I didn't learn that way, so I don't know how to do it. I have to look at some videos and see. But you see, all I'm doing is in and out, and you're just securing those. And this part, it really doesn't matter kind of how tight you pull per se, because the purpose of this is to get your hat to a secure portion that you're gonna pull it anyway. You're gonna pull it in the end. Okay, so keep going around. Keep going around. And I did see a couple of them that I didn't catch all that thread. So be careful that you catch all of your yarn. I keep calling it thread. You want to catch all your yarn. So see, I'm just going in there and pulling out. I'm going in there and pulling out. Okay. Also, literally, I started this video and it broke at the 21-minute mark, and I hit stop recording, and then I went into my living room on the couch, and it was approximately 12-ish o'clock, and I came back with all of these rows done, and it is now 1:30. So it's not going to take you all day. And that's me watching the YouTube videos, jabbering with my husband, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm already back to the front. So this one here, and then this one is the last one, right? Then go back into the first one that you did. So you're going to go all the way around into this one, and then go back into that last one, right? You're going to go back into that very first one. So there's no gap here. There's no gaps, right? And then all you're going to do is take this off. You're going to take it off your loop, your hoop, loom. There you go. So you're just going to take it off. And you can use your little thing if you think it'll help you take it off. Just use your needle. I'm just doing the same thing I did before, but I'm just taking this off. So you just take it off each peg, okay? Take it off each peg. And literally, your first hat may take you 3 hours to do. depending on what you're doing. And your fourth hat can take you an hour and a half, depending on what you're doing. Because this is literally some of that thing you can put an Audible book on or a YouTube video on that you don't have to do nothing but listen to, some music on, and you're done. Okay. This goes back in there. This goes back in here. And then keep your needle on here, right? Keep it on there. You need that later. Take your hat, and this is your hat now. It looks like a little tube, but this is your hat. So stretch out your stitches like that. Stretch out your stitches, and you can see your hat forming, right? You can see your hat now. So stretch out your stitches. It looks so cute. Doesn't it look so cute? And you can tighten up this row, but I'm not going to teach you that right now because, well, a little bit at a time, baby steps. But you can actually go online and see how to tighten up this bottom row to make it not curl so much. Then all you're going to do is pull this working yarn. You see that? I'm pulling. Because I threaded through all of those, I'm pulling and I'm stretching, or I'm straightening as I pull. And pull, and you straighten as you pull. And you are closing the top of your hat. You see that? You're closing it. Okay? So then you're going to take your needle and you're going to put it in that hole and turn your hat inside out. Because this is the front of top of your hat. This is the bottom of your hat. Okay? And so you just tighten it up. Tighten it up. Then you're going to take your thread. Let me bring you a little closer. Ooh, camera, stop falling. Okay, so we're right here. You done pulled and it's tight. You're going to take your needle and you're going to run it through those threads. Okay, you're going to take it and run it through a couple more. Just like that. And you see how you got this round circle? You're going to take it and you're going to pull it and you're going to slide it underneath, which will make a knot. See that? Made a knot. Then you're going to keep on going around this here. Right? And then you're going to go around a couple more. And you're going to feed it underneath there and make another knot. I like to go across the actual, what's this thing? The hole. Just so my hole will be closed for sure. I like to go across it a couple of times. Then feed it through that circle. And now you got a knot. I do it again. I'm picking random places and putting it through that circle. And now I got a knot. Okay. I'm just pulling it tight. Okay. Next thing you do, and this is what I do. You don't have to if you don't want to. But I take a dot of fray check. Let's see. Did I cut enough? This is a fresh bottle, so I have to cut it to the hole. Yeesh. Okay. I don't know if I cut it to the hole or not, but I'm going to stick my owl in there and see if I develop the hole. There it is. I had to cut it down to the hole. And then this is my working yarn string, and this is just some fray check. Just a little dots. You don't got to be over heavy handed. Just a couple of dots. Make sure you put your top back on. And then you take your working yarn and run it down a few of your threads. And then cut it off. And now you've hidden that yarn in there. Okay? The waste yarn from that ball that I had, this is what I have as the last from that first skein. You'll have more or less depending on what how big your hat is, because this is the size of my hat. Because remember, I told you that I made my hat a little bit shorter. You can make it a little bit longer, so it could be what is called a slouchy hat or whatever. This is a size for a fourth grader, something like that. Now take that knot out, and you can tighten this up, but we're not going to do that. We're going to put a knot in it first. You're just going to put a knot in it. You're just going to put a knot in it. You're going to rethread. We're going to rethread our yarn. Hold on, I'm having a call. Okay. And see? And then you're just going to pull that yarn straight through that needle threader. Take it off. Okay, and then you're going to take this yarn and you're just going to feed it up into your piece. You're going to feed it up into your piece and put it on the inside. Okay, you're going to put it on the inside. You're going to just take it through one loop or something and tie a knot. Remember that little piece? Make sure you leave a loop to go through. And you just tie a knot right there. I'm going to get a little bit of fray check. Just a little dots of fray check. And I'm going to just run this in some thread. That's all. Just like that. And then I'm pulling just a little bit, so when I cut, it'll fall underneath those threads. Ooh. I threw the yarn away with my needle. Don't throw your needles away. And now you have a hat. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You made that. Well, you will. You'll make it. And you can block this hat. So this will be like really straight. All you have to do is lay it down just like that. Put a cloth on it and steam, and it'll block it and it'll make it not roll up. Okay. That's how you do that. You can put a tassel on it if you prefer. I'm not going to put a tassel on this one, but this is just my sample. But I am going to take the Hats Not Hate little logo, and I'm going to just pick a spot and feed that through. So now you have a Hats Not Hate hat that you can donate to your local school or whoever is providing this program. If you would like to send them to me, I'm donating all of the hats to East Point Community Schools, or East Point Community Schools middle school is what I want to donate them to, the middle school, because we want to start the program, and so we have to have a jump off point, and I want that to be the middle school. And then if we have enough hats, maybe we can do a elementary. It doesn't, we don't know how many we're gonna get, but we're gonna start in the middle school. We'll probably start with one of the grades. We don't know which grade yet. We're working all of these things out. But this is the Hat Not Hate hat pattern. See how beautiful that turned out? Look at that. That is a beautiful, and look at the stretch on that. So it's going to fit on a baby's head. It's going to fit, it fits on my head, actually. You can't see me, but it fit on my head. I love this. I love it. I love it. What I need to do is pull up my Hats Not Hate symbol further. It needs to go up further. And these little tags for Hat Not Hate, I need to contact the people so I can actually see if I can make my own, because they're expensive. If you're getting people to donate, you know, $10 or $20 for yarn, you're not going to ask them, please donate another $3 for just a tag. So we'll figure that out, or we'll put a side tag on them. Something we're figuring it all out. But if you would like to donate to the Hats Not Hate campaign for East Point Community Schools, please see my email address in the description box. Or if you have someone in your community that you want to donate to, and it's the Hats Not Hate, and all you have to do is purchase one of these kits, and you'll have enough yarn to do at least 2 hats. Depending on what size you do them, you may have enough to do 3 hats. It's up to you. Doesn't that look like that? Yes, it does. I'm excited. All right, you see the excitement? I love when a plan comes together. We should be more about action than talking. And this program is going to help in the anti-bullying rally. People are tired of hearing the anti-bullying sentiment. They want people to do something about it. So this is my do something about it. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. So look, I still have these whole 2 skeins left, and I have another one in the other room, even though I didn't put the tassel on, which I like the tassel on it too, for the little kitties. But for boys, not so much. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you all. Please give this video a thumbs up. Contact me through my email so we can get this party started. If you would like to donate to this process, you can do that and get a write-off via my nonprofit organization, which is the sponsors of this program. Please give me a shout out, an email, and let me know if you would like to participate. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.